Hey, what's up guys, Musi Gamer here bringing you another list video. Today I'm counting down the top 10 instrumental rock songs in the history of foreverdom. By which I mean songs that only use instruments and have no lyrics. But the songs may include vocals as long as they are not actually singing words and they are being used instrumentally. So anyways, let's kick things off with the first song. Number 10. Satch Boogie by Joe Satriani, released in 1987 on his album Surfing with the Alien, is an extremely fast and jamming tune with enough guitar epicness to make even the most extreme of players cream their pants. One of Satriani's most famous tracks, Satch Boogie, is today labeled as one of the craziest rock instrumental tracks out there, taking the number 55 spot in Guitar World's Greatest Guitar Solos list. Once the guitar joins in on the intro, you can't help but boogie along even if you can't keep up. It's catchy, it's fun, it's experimental, and it's impressive, especially in the two-handed tapping solo towards the end. Truly, it is a song that will go down in the books as one of the greatest but lesser known instrumental rock songs. With its intense speed, playing, and that sweet finger tapping solo near the end, this song is definitely deserving of its spot on this list. Number 9. Laup, First Indian on the Moon by Paul McCartney and Wings, released in 1973 on their album Red Rose Speedway, is a trippy and mind-warping experimental track that sounds like it could have been ripped straight out of Echoes by Pink Floyd. This wonderfully strange song, driven by a killer bass line by the always excellent Paul, sounds, as Rolling Stones magazine put it, like a man drowning in an ocean after midnight with only a bass line to save him. The track is eerie, driving, and even catchy, including vocals used instrumentally in the song to provide a chilling melody that you'll be humming all day. This very odd track, especially for McCartney, is definitely an awesome instrumental song that is also, unfortunately, often overlooked. However, it is still certainly deserving of the number 9 spot on this list. Number 8. Eruption by Van Halen, released in 1978 on their self-titled debut album Van Halen, is the pinnacle guitar track, featuring seemingly out-of-this-world playing by guitarist Eddie Van Halen on his custom Frankenstein. Eruption is widely revered today as having one of the greatest guitar solos of all time, placing second in the Guitar World 100 Greatest Guitar Solos and 6th on Rolling Stone magazine's 100 Greatest Guitar Solos. Eruption is a huge burst of energy that's incredibly mesmerizing and leaves you in awe of the great Eddie Van Halen's guitar prowess. Similarly to Satch Boogie, most likely the most notable part of this song is the two-handed tapping solo towards the end of the song, which led to the popularization of tapping solos throughout the 80s. The driving force of this song, combined with the sheer use of skill and creativity, make it into a truly captivating and epic piece of music that will always be remembered as an amazing guitar track, and is certainly deserving of the number 8 spot on this list. Number 7. Beck's Bolero by Jeff Beck, released in 1967, is an excellent example of conveying emotion only through music. The song is haunting, driving, melodic, epic, fierce, and ambitious, with an awe-inspiring lead lick and killer rhythm provided by Jimmy Page, Keith Moon, John Paul Jones, and Nicky Hopkins, who, along with Jeff Beck, were the first attempt of creating the super band that would later be known as Led Zeppelin, aka my favorite band ever. The lead of the song is haunting, and the rhythm is superfluous and energizing, especially in the heavy break at around the middle of the song. There could not have been a better lineup to perform this song. All of the musicians bring their own flavoring into the song and make it unique and powerful. Beck's Bolero is a masterclass instrumental that proved that rock can be beautiful with no lyrics whatsoever, and it is definitely deserving of its number 7 spot on this list.
Number 6.
Lenny by Stevie Ray Vaughan, released in 1983 on his debut album Texas Flood, is arguably one of the most beautiful guitar tracks there is. With heavy use of very jazzy chords and licks, Lenny conveys an aura of allure with its hypnotic progressions played by SRV on his guitar named Lenny, which, like this song, was named after his wife Lenora. This spellbinding piece captivates you as Stevie quietly plays you into a peaceful state of mind. The calming yet oh so precise lead really shows SRV's skill as more than just a blues guitarist. And without even using words, he conveys the feelings of passion, love, and happiness using only a guitar. A truly beautiful song, Lenny will always be remembered as yet another prime example of expressing emotion through music, and it's definitely deserving of its number 6 spot on this list.
It's number 5.
Moby Dick by Led Zeppelin, released in 1969 on their second album Led Zeppelin II, is an extremely powerful song that really shows off John Thunderfoot Bonham's drumming prowess, with a drum solo that lasts for the majority of the song, and commonly lasted upwards of 30 minutes in live performances. The intro and outro riff is also one of my personal favorite Led Zeppelin riffs, being very catchy and driving, and the perfect way to begin such a powerhouse of a song. Through much of the drum solo, John Bonham uses his hands instead of his sticks, even in live performances, sometimes even to the point of drawing blood. The solo is unique and technical, exemplifying Bonham's raw talent when it comes to banging on the drums. Nobody could play anywhere near the skill level Bonzo could, and nobody could ever play Moby Dick with the fire that he played it with either. Containing one of the best drum solos in human history, along with an always great Jimmy Page riff, Moby Dick will go down in history as one of the most rockin' instrumentals known to man, and is most certainly deserving of its number 5 spot on this list.
Number 4.
Flying by the Beatles, released in 1967 on their Magical Mystery Tour album, is a very rare occurrence, being both one of the only instrumentals by them as well as one of the very few songs written by all 4 members of the band. If there were a song that truly captured the feeling of a good trip, this would be the song. It's melodic, it's catchy, it's peaceful, and it's magnificent. The song makes you feel as if you really are flying through the eyes of John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Featuring mellotron, tape loops, and vocal instrumentation, the song is very psychedelic, most notably the ending, which includes various tape loop sounds created by John and Ringo, creating a mystical and somewhat unsettling ending, yet still quite hypnotic. This song takes you on a magical journey through the depths of your own subconscious and leaves you feeling at peace by the end. This song is one of those songs by a hugely popular band that is almost always forgotten, which is really a shame. This song is a perfect example of how music can make you think and make you feel, and is absolutely deserving of its number 4 spot on this list. Any Color You Like by Pink Floyd, released in 1973 on their Dark Side of the Moon album, is a funky, synthy, spacey, progressive rock tune with some of the most irresistibly amazing synth and guitar leads ever heard. The song is sonic perfection. It's the definition of ear candy. It's so hypnotic and driving, yet so elegantly crafted. Like the song before, Any Color You Like creates a great feeling of awe and wonderment that just makes you feel good. The synths played by Wright in this song are simply out of this world, and the leads by Gilmour are some of the most juicy licks you'll ever hear. The entire band turned their funkitude up to 110% on this song. Floyd has never made me both want to get up and dance and just listen in awe as much as I do when I hear this song. The funkiest and groovinest song on this list, Any Color You Like, is a supersonic symphony from the stars and is most certainly deserving of its number 3 spot on this list. Frankenstein by the Edgar Winter Group, released in 1972 on their album They Only Come Out at Night, is the definition of an epic instrumental. The song is a non-stop barrage of experimental, funky, rock, and awesomeness that leaves no one unsatisfied. Named for the monster-like lumbering nature of the beat of the song, Frankenstein is a primal example of how instrumental songs can be just as good and sometimes even better than non-instrumentals. A huge success for the band both critically and commercially, Frankenstein is today revered as one of the most rockin' instrumentals there are. The song contains solos from a plethora of instruments, including synths, saxophones, drums, and other percussion, almost all of which were performed by lead man Edgar Winter. The sheer amount of finely crafted skill, creativity, and experimentalism that went into the song is incredible and makes it an intensely driving piece of music. The song also helped pave the way for synths being the lead instruments in songs and in live performances, as Edgar Winter pioneered the idea of wearing a keyboard around his neck similar to a guitar to give him a greater stage presence when playing. One of the most rockin' songs on this list, and in general, Frankenstein is a glorious romp of synth-driven goodness and is extremely deserving of its number 2 spot on this list. One of the most iconic pieces of rock music ever played, Jimi Hendrix's version of the Star-Spangled Banner is and always will be the most recognizable instrumental and live performance known to man. Hendrix's most notable performance of the song was at Woodstock in 1969, but he has performed the song numerous times before and after that performance. In this song, Jimi was able to change the world's opinion of what could be done with the guitar and music in general with his loud, feedback-heavy sound on such a usually mellow song. With his out-of-this-world playing imitating sounds of gunfire and falling bombs, Hendrix was able to transform a patriotic anthem into something legendary in its own right. The impact that you feel while listening to the song is unlike any other. You can truly feel the passion of the godly guitarist as he pounds away at his instrument. Never before has any musician ever been able to create such an intense emotional response from listeners, and practically with only one instrument. This song has literally made history. Seriously, it's even mentioned in my history book. That's a big deal. So there is no question that this song will always be remembered as one of the greatest pieces of music there ever was, and is more than deserving of its number 1 spot on this list. So that's my personal list of the best instrumental rock songs. But of course, that is all completely subjective and my own personal opinion. So let me know in the comments below what your favorite instrumental rock songs are. And always remember, if you're ever down, at least you're not an octopus.